Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me for another author spotlight. My name is Crystal Hill. I'm the founder of Hill House Publishing, and my mission is to help awaken and empower humanity by bringing conscious entrepreneurs, soul-led leaders together to create personal transformation for their professional expansion. And with me today is Kate Ryan Taylor. She's a safety consultant and she is an amazing woman. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Tell us what you do and how you found your way into Inspired Connections. Actually,
Okay,
there's
so
two questions, right? Like answer the first one
yeah,
first. My apologies.
um, okay, so I do work health safety consulting and training, but I have a very different focus to a lot of safety consultants because a lot of people focus on the documentation, but quite bluntly, if it's not about the people, how they feel about it, and that they own it, it's just a bunch of paperwork and an absolute waste of time. So I tend to look at what is the root cause and how people feel and how they connect and how they own the safety, and a more holistic view of looking at it from every point of view, from staff, from managers to people outside, all coming together and where that connects in order to make that safety really work. And then I come up with solutions, not just in the documentation, but developing committees that they actually can engage in, training that they embrace and draws on personal experience and more, because safety is not just a bunch of paperwork. It's about your tribe. It's about the people and how they feel. Um, so the inspired connections part, it's um, an interesting little thing is I sort of had connected with a few of the different people in the book in different ways through Facebook and LinkedIn. And I felt that it was a bit of a fit because it shows about relationships and how relationships impact your business and what you do day to day. What I didn't really expect was how the connections would highlight some of my own relationships with myself and my past, and how that has also led to my safety journey for today. Because I always thought it's because I like the logic and make things work. But when I drilled down and got down to it, it was actually some experiences from when I was younger that then led to that. So it made me dive a bit deeper, and the connections have kind of strengthened, I guess you could say. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what other people have in the book as well.
Yes, yeah. Look, there's the variety in the book is so vast, and some people focus on business, other people focus on, their personal expression, and that it's really what the connection is, that it's our relationship to ourselves. When we know ourselves and who we are, then we can create, then we can find our tribe and we can create our connections with other people. And in your case, it's like when we know who we are and why we do what we do, we can infuse our work, which, in your case can be quite dry, infuse it with stories that suddenly make you a really engaging speaker in a field where people are not used to that.
Yes. It's like one thing I challenge people about with safety is it's not just making something physically safe. It is about the mental safety as well and how you feel. Because at the end of the day, if you don't feel safe, you're going to make a mistake. There's going to be something go wrong or not be done right. Or it could even be that you're just not going to be very efficient because your mind's going like this and worrying about things so much that you take 10 hours to do something that should take 10 minutes. So there is that whole other aspect of feelings, impressions, perception that comes into safety beyond just the boring old PPE and usual things that people think of. And that's something I really like highlighting to people because it embraces and changes cultures within workplaces and makes them good places to be rather than toxic.
Mm. And I know you can't name names, but if you had a couple more openings in your calendar for trainings around safety or even helping an organization create a safety plan, what kind of organizations are you looking for that you would love to work with?
I tend to like to work with the small to medium businesses that are starting to grow. Tradies, I love working with tradies and roadworks and mining and electrical, and got a few of them on the books. And just to be honest, the ones who are a little bit challenged, where the safety is just you see people tick and flick and chuck it away. I like challenging and breaking that and solving the problem. I like being the fixer for that sort of thing. And I'm not afraid to actually say to people what they're doing wrong with it and to bring them back to basics and start again. So I don't mind coming in doing the cleanup, I guess you could say. Um, it's actually an interesting challenge, and it's actually quite satisfying and exciting to get people on board after having something like that. So, um, yeah, I really think any of those ones that are at that stage, I mean, if you're a business who's about to hire someone, it is actually always good to have a look at your safety before you do, to as a preventative, but don't leave it till it's too late if you don't have to. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, but ideally, I work best with a lot of the tradies and country ones and things like that, simply because of who I am. Um, I'm out bush. I'm a country girl. I've been out on the roads. I've done a lot of these jobs when I was younger, from everything from a saw operator to a tractor driver to doing the labouring and all sorts of things, right through to an office. So I've got personal hands-on experience in these jobs as well.
Yeah, that's always really valuable. And now I know you're sharing your personal journey around safety and all the things that went wrong and that went right in your personal journey. So we won't go dive too much into that because people can just grab a copy of the book. But if there was one key moment where you feel, okay, this is really something that informs why I do what I do and how I do safety, but you want to share one little
Um,
memory?
so, well, without sharing what's in the book, I've had experiences where things went wrong because I simply didn't know what to do. The communication was bad, and then I'd hurt myself. And it's not till later that the lack of communication and training and understanding in a situation made me feel unsafe, even though it was probably a very safe environment. And then I've had the total opposite, where it's been like a dangerous job, like operating in the sawmill. And yet I felt safe as anything because I knew exactly what to do, both when things were going right and wrong. And so the memories, when I connect the dots between them, it's the communication, the training, and the support along the way, which made the difference between whether it felt safe or not, rather than the danger level of the job itself.
Yeah, I love how you put that. So if anybody listening is in touch with a medium-sized business who's looking to kind of, up level their safety procedures and do it in a fun way where it's not just a procedural thing, oh my God, I have to do this, but actually make it meaningful and fun, Kate definitely is your lady to approach. So thank you so much. How can people get in touch with you, Kate?
I've got a link that I can provide, but there's also a website, tribalsafety.com.au, and I've got a membership launching also in the next couple of weeks for people who just want to start small and take it at their own pace as well. And that all goes live basically later today as well.
So exciting. And isn't it amazing? We were talking offline about this, that when we start writing, when we tap into our creativity, like you have with writing the chapter for the book, suddenly there's a lot of creative energy that gets released and activated to create a membership like that and to implement new trainings and to make it more engaging. So I just wanted to highlight that as well as a wonderful side effect of coming into a multi-author book. So it's a win-win for everything, and it really shows that when we take the time to write and to share our stories and our journeys in books, that the benefits that can come from that for ourselves personally, but also more importantly for our bottom line, are phenomenal. So thank you again, Kate, for sharing your experience. And yeah, I'm so excited to share your journey and your story because it makes so much sense. And when you can give that book to your clients, the safety will make even more sense to them. So super
Yes.
excited about all of that.
Thank you.
Thank you.